Yeah, I know. I should really stop that. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30, Flirty, and Not Thriving. My name is Vanessa Rayne. I'm an adult content creator on Unfiltrd and OnlyFans. I am 32, 33.
Ah!
Man, I'm getting my own. I did it last week too, but I caught
Yep.
myself this time. I fully got it out. And I'm clearly still a hot mess. And as you can see, we have or if you're seeing with going to our Facebook and watching us live on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, um, then you'll know that we have a special guest with us. But first, my lovely co-host, please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. I am Miss Ashley Hoffman. I am 32. I am American. I have worked in the music industry for 15 years, and I'm glad to be out of it. And our lovely guest.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Introduce myself.
Mhm.
I mean, no introduction needed, but for the listeners.
Mr. Butcher.
Big Papa Pump.
Papa Pimp.
Or that. That works too.
I'm notorious.
all I can think of now is PIMP. Notorious B.I.G.
That's it. Big Papa Pimp. If you need me.
Oh my God.
That big bad booty daddy. You know.
So, how are you guys today? You guys all good?
Define good.
Living, breathing, surviving. Woke up this morning.
Staying out of the freezer.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Thankfully, nothing had to go in my freezer. It just had to stay outside. So for those that don't know, I just had the body of an animal on my balcony because it had passed away. I'm just trying not to say there was a dead cat.
I mean, we're all
trying to be nice about it, but like
we're blonde
I'm
hair.
struggling.
She had a dead cat on her balcony.
It was like
frozen.
Well, and it's getting warmer, so I didn't want like this like stinky, smelly dead thing hanging out there for very long, you know. Luckily that I'm in the middle of nowhere, super north of Alberta, and there's still a bunch of snow, and I was able to keep it frozen. And
the dumbest thing just popped in my head. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
I mean,
oh man!
You were telling me yesterday, man. I've never ever.
Oh,
that type of shit don't happen in the UK. I can tell you now.
I know, because when I told him, he was just like, just staring at me, just could not just speak. He was just like, what? Because I'm like, if it gets any warmer, I'm gonna have to put that thing in my freezer. And he's like,
we live in different worlds.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm probably aware the ground can freeze.
Yeah.
But you know, when you bring pets into it and the poor pet passes over.
Yeah, sometimes
in your freezer.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't have access, like especially for me in like a remote area. The vets aren't open all the time, or there's like not that much access to a vet.
Yeah.
So for me to go in, I have to wait for business hours in order to get it cremated or, you know, deal with it. And a lot of the time that's not the case. So we do have to freeze it. I even had to put my dog in the freezer because I had to wait a couple weeks to get her cremated. And it was in the middle of winter, or it was about this time.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it was about this time, and we had to put her in the freezer. Had no other choice. We couldn't bury her. The ground was completely frozen, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Even with as bad as it sounds, I don't know the death processes in the UK. Process. I can't talk today. But when my grandmother passed last year, it was dead of winter.
Did you put her in the freezer?
No, no, the morgue did.
Oh.
We had to wait a couple of months to allow the ground to thaw before we could actually put her in the ground. So she was stuck in a human freezer.
Good time.
As terrible as that sounds, but I mean, I guess that's standard practice here because it happened to my aunt as well. When she passed, they just put her in the freezer and we waited till it got to spring.
I can't say I've ever put anyone in the freezer.
See, I don't think I've known of anyone that passed
I mean, I know
in the winter, so I can't say that.
You know, I know it's a saying. You know, when you're dead, you're put on the slab. You know, you're on the coal table, and then you're placed in a drawer. But I can't say I've ever heard of a freezer.
Well,
I hope that when my days are done, that I mean, it wouldn't bother me. I mean, because it'd probably be the stiffest I've been in my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, I think if that's the case, then measuring the old lad wouldn't be that hard. You know,
all I can think of is them like pulling you out and it just waving hello.
that's it.
Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. It's a good day today. It's 12 o'clock noon. Or midnight somewhere.
That's the more you know, the more you
but then that
get out in the world.
To the whole, like, is it necrophilia where you fuck a dead body?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Wait, how did we get onto that? Where did that come from?
Because
you just like think dead body and you're like, fuck, I need fucking it.
I
fuck
need
the dead
that.
body.
I
need that. You know.
Just your loved one.
I mean, where do you get off when you wake up in the morning and you go, what a day of work it's going to be today? You know, I mean, I need to take a change of underwear with me because, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder what actually goes through your mind when.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, that's a dead guy.
That's a nice. Guy. That's a nice dead body. I want to fuck that.
I mean, yeah.
Like they go into rigor, and like then it's stiff as fuck. What? How?
Oh, Rick and Morty,
and then what? You're gonna have it like knees up in the air, like you know.
What I'm trying to establish, right, is, I mean, it's fucking, it's just wrong on so many levels. But what I'm actually trying to understand is, stiff is stiff. we can totally fathom that it's not going to be, a man is not going to be stiff down there. So it's always going to be easy for the man to help himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what does a woman do?
Maybe she just like grinds.
because let's be honest, he ain't gonna work, is he? It ain't gonna work. I mean,
That's the only way I can see it is if they're just like grinding on the body and like, ew.
I mean, unless
Why?
they get off with flaccid dick.
Just
I mean,
trying to shove it in there, jamming it.
it's not gonna happen, is it? Let's be fair.
I mean,
Being a man myself, and there's nothing worse than being intoxicated, and the old lad will work.
Mhm.
He's flippity floppy in, flippity floppy in. You all of a sudden you get that. Oh, hang on. Yeah, yes, ready, and he goes to sleep again.
It's just like, yeah, nap time.
yeah.
and then you go and have a man tantrum in the bathroom, and you beat the shit out of him.
Oh my god. Beat it.
You have that disgusting chat with him, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, "You're a failure. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. You've waited weeks, months, years even for this opportunity, and she wants you, but you can't do it, can you?"
You're fucking it up. It's a cock block by your own cock.
Yeah, you're cock blocked by your own cock.
Fucking, you're ruining me. You're making me look bad.
Right? Oh
Now-
God.
Now all I can think of is Shaw going.
Wait. Oh, that's why I'm like, are we talking about like
No.
like yeah. Now just just can't think about one person and I'm like
It always comes back to him in some kind of way because he was just
I wish it wouldn't.
right, but he was just so goddamn ridiculous that
Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah. No, thank you.
So,
I mean, I'm totally here in a moment that's really uncomfortable for both of you. So I'm like, oh.
So I was talking to Ashley earlier, and I wanted some opinions on pronouns.
yes.
I want to, I guess, stir some shit because I got some opinions on this. I'm gonna say this bullshit pronoun shit that people you can tell where my stuff is going. My opinions are going because everyone's got to be he, she, they, them, Zer, they, them, fairy self, fairy something,
I mean,
clown self.
you can just call me dick sucker.
Dick sucker self.
Yeah.
In the right circumstances, maybe.
Oh, it's just been something that I've seen a lot more lately, that it's people getting real offended with this, like, did you just assume my pronouns? Did you just assume my Yes.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so it got to it's to a point. Literally, I was traveling. I went to a store that I don't normally go to, so typically I get ID'd. And this person, this woman behind the counter, I asked for a pack of cigarettes, and she said, "What are your pronouns?" Or "What's your gender?" She was like, "What are your pronouns? What's your gender?" And I was like, I just looked at her and I'm like, she, her?
Maybe?
I'm a female? And she was like, "Oh, okay, good." She was like, "You're of age." That was the new way of like telling like how old I was by my like like response, that I'm like, Why? I was like, please don't tell me like that. I thought I was gonna have a Karen in the wild about.
Oh yeah, because like if you go specifically down south, at least here in America, they are it's very conservative, which we discussed this, that conservative Canada is different than conservative America. So conservative means, I think we discussed, like, it's more liberal, like what your prime minister is, correct? Yeah, where
Yeah.
our conservative is very red, very Donald Trump. To put it blatantly, just Donald Trump. And so if you go down south, like, your chances of finding someone like that is very high. And if you bring up pronouns or anything, this is America, fuck your pronouns.
America.
Basically, America. And I've always stood by, like, I don't care what you are, I don't care what you identify as. If I say it wrong, correct me, whatever. But like, it's the excess. If there's she, her, they, them, those four I have no issues with. But when you get into the Zer, or like, I'm an
I think
animal,
they call it, was it neo pronouns?
yeah, that's just, oh, Butcher ran away.
Where did he go?
I think he
But-
froze.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't get around it. Just
Mhm.
like, why can't you just, like, I don't understand the they them, because you're not multiple people in one.
Right. And that's
You can have your masculine and feminine ways and
Mhm.
whatever, but I don't understand why you need to identify as multiple people and expect people to go along with it.
Yeah.
Why do you need to be multiple people? You're just getting greedy now. Like, you're you need all the things.
I mean, then again, there's the whole Cody and Sister Wives. I mean, he's a very greedy man.
That's like a whole different thing. That's polygamy.
Yeah, but like, it's kind of the same, not the same, it's not the same concept, but it's I respect it. If you're trans, you're trans. If you're gay, you're
Mhm.
gay. It's all that, whatever. You do
Yeah.
you. As long as it doesn't affect me personally, which I don't see why it would, I don't care. But, when you ask me to call you, by some weird, almost made up, in a sense, yeah, no, a hard pass. I'll just call you
It's
by your
whatever
name.
they identify as, is what my take, I guess, my
Hot take.
understanding of the neo pronouns. So, like,
Right.
people are using clown and clown self, fairy self.
Well, I identify as a unicorn. Does that make
Yeah,
any?
you can be unicorn and unicorn self.
Yeah, no.
You totally can. It's like, I've seen a TikTok or like a YouTube short, and it is kind of like a mental illness. Like, you want everyone to live in your delusions, and I don't think that's very fair to make everyone in this entire world call you by something that you're making up in your head. Because
Right.
yeah, I don't, I just, you know,
How
she
is it different in the UK?
Yeah.
Like, with pronouns, and like, is it?
You know what? Right? It's weird because me and Rob did a what's the difference yesterday.
Yeah.
And most of it we spoke about fucking Donald Trump.
America.
All that bollocks, America. And then he said to me, exactly what you just said. So, what does this really happen in the UK? And I'm like, no, not that I fucking, not that I hear.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say it's more relative to I would say, you know, trans, homosexuals, them are the people that are identified,
Mhm.
and it's more aimed at them,
Right.
But other than that, no, it's not. It's a weird thing. This country's so fucking messed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really is. I mean, but I think when you think about it, and you see that people are, I mean, what was I looking? I've just been looking at something here, and possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, ours, yours, and theirs. I would say that what if there was the most popular one in
Mhm.
this country, it would be mine. Mine.
Mine.
Mine. You're
That's a new
mine.
one.
You're mine. You know,
I'm
you
I'm mine.
walk into a bar, and there's that moment where she feels like she's beautiful, and the
Mhm.
man just turns to her and goes, "You're mine."
I
You're
mean,
mine.
that would go great with the I don't know why BDSM popped into my head, but probably just because kinks in general, but like the whole
Yep.
like I'm your master, you're my slave, like that that community would eat that shit up. You're mine.
Yep, I was thinking the exact same thing because like even I'm like a little like
Mhm. Although, uh to butcher freeze again, I think he froze
Oh, for fuck's sake!
again.
we can hear you,
We
but
hear you.
but your face is not moving.
No.
No.
um Have you seen the newest trend on TikTok? The song Russ. And it's all geared towards praise.
No.
Oh,
Elaborate.
you would love this. So basically the lyrics, hold on. There we go. Okay, so his name is Russ. He's a rapper. And okay. Lyrics. Da-da-da.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
You're
Yay!
moving.
Yeah.
I will
Oh,
say for once
I
it is
got a pain
not
in the
me.
ass. I got a pain in the ass son that's fucking sitting there trying to get on Twitch.
oh,
And he said,
geez.
"Dad, send me the login details."
That's great.
No, he's actually probably sitting there watching porn.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so glad I didn't just
Yeah,
spit my coffee everywhere.
we're definitely at that stage in teenage. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you can check the history of the phone, and yeah.
Um, so one of my exes had a teenage son, and that didn't live with him at the time. And so the room that he had stayed in, we were cleaning it out, and we were gonna paint it all up and whatnot. And so we're going through the things that are in there to see what can be tossed, and we came across a porno magazine.
Oh, God.
I think it was like Hustler or something.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
my ex was just sitting there like going through it, and I'm like, oh, how can you touch that? And he's like going flicking through it. I'm like, stop touching that.
Oh,
I don't want to
God.
know what's on that thing, and I don't want you to touch me afterwards with those hands that you just used to touch your son's stuff.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And he was like, "Oh, I should put it back with a note." And I was like, "Do you want to mortify him for the rest of his life?" Because
But some of the lyrics, one of the lyrics is, she said, "Spank me, that's the only way I learn." I said, "Okay, good girl, good girl." It's a it's a whole song about praise, and like he talks about just putting the tip in and moaning, and I
that's
I
hilarious.
I made it onto the side of TikTok, and like some of the males that are doing it, it's like, oh, I
Is
can't
it the new
handle it.
Big Boy? I will still
It
forever
is.
be in the Big Boy phase. That
It's
one will always be
very
my favorite.
it's very much the big boy phase, but
You know
it's,
what? I haven't even been on TikTok in the last
I
like
can
2
tell because
weeks.
I
I
sent a bunch
don't
of them
use
to you.
TikTok. I just don't use it. I mean,
Uh,
my little girl shouldn't even go on it. But hey, I'm of the opinion, right? We can't control what
mm-mm.
kids do, and they're gonna do anything. She goes. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed last week, and she fucking thunderous slam of the door,
Ooh.
steps up the stairs, and she looks me dead in the eye, and she goes, "I've been banned off TikTok. I've lost my account." I said, "What do you mean you've lost your account?" They said, "I'm too young." I said, "Well, what about starting again?" Do you know how many followers I had? Like, no. Do you understand just how hard I had to work to get them? And I'm like, Jamie, you're 10. And she followed with, "But we've all got to start somewhere." Wow.
You're
You're
10. Oh my
Oh,
god. I don't think we did anything crazy at 10, but then again, I mean, we were on AOL chat rooms at a very, very young age.
right? We totally
talking
were.
talking to random strangers who, you know, Chris Hansen would have a field day on To Catch a Predator if that was a show back in the 90s. Holy hell. Like, I'm pretty positive we talked to some like middle-aged old dudes who are now either dead or like pushing 80 or 90.
I got a
you know,
story.
you know
I
what's
got a
mad though?
story.
You know
Mm,
what's mad though, right? Is the fact that you're having them conversations with a guy on
mhm.
AOL,
Yeah.
right? And the freaky, horrible, and sinister, sick thing is that he was probably jerking off
The whole time.
right there.
Yep.
Pronouns.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
So
probably sat there, just you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So
okay,
wrong.
so when I was 14, I was a bad kid. I was drinking, smoking, everything by the time I was 14. So I was hanging outside of a bar with four friends of mine. Two of them left to go get something, and then they were on their way back. This 50-some-year-old man and this 20-some-year-old man walk out of the bar. They're drunk. I remember their names, Art and Chris.
Another
It was. Um, and they were talking to us. It was just me and one of my friends there, and we are drunk, having a great time. They're like, "Do you want to come back to Art's house to have some more drinks and hang out?" And we're like, "Yes! Let's go. Let's get into this cab." And we're like, "But we have two other friends. We're going to pick them up on the way." And
Mhm.
they were like,
Can you
"I
can
don't
you
want to get
drive
in
by
this cab."
can you drive by school?
Can you pick him up at my parents' house?
Right? Oh, but it was like 2 in the morning. And we went back there. I was actually kissing the Chris guy.
Is that the
And
old one?
No, Art was the old one.
Mm.
Chris was the 20-some-year-old.
Okay.
And
And you were
thankfully,
how old?
nothing actually happened. I was 14.
Wow, I'd have fucking killed him if I'd have been your brother. Oh,
See, and I didn't even think anything of it. And it was like years later that I'm like, oh, Vanessa, how
He was
did
a-
you not die that night?
what are
Yeah.
you saying Vanessa for?
Because it was my fault. I was like, fuck
What
yeah,
about
let's
Vanessa?
go.
No.
Well, no, not entirely, because he could have been like, "Hey, what's your age?" No, I'm gonna walk away from the situation, and he didn't. So
Yeah,
No.
I don't even think he
What
did
the?
ask us what our ages were.
Listen, I've
Yeah.
never been in that position, man. I hope not. I really
I
hope.
Yeah.
always clarify age beforehand. Like, if you're a little bit younger, if you're a little bit older, I don't care. You have to be fucking legal.
Oh, hell yeah. Otherwise, it's just weird and gross.
I remember a weird one. But me and a bunch of friends, we were out one night,
Mhm.
and a friend of mine was, well, he was meeting someone, and he was
Mhm.
that secretive about it. Really, really secretive. Really, he was nervous.
Mhm.
Right? So we're all, oh, well, what are you nervous about? Oh, meeting this girl. Oh yeah, cool.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why you on the defensive type of thing? No, it's not the defensive. It's you know, um, she's been acting really weird. And I'm like, it's just early days, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's one of them.
Yeah.
She could be as nervous as you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like standing by the bar. And I can see him. I can see him at the end of this, like the end of like this like arch hallway in this bar.
Mhm.
And I can see him talking to someone, and I'm like, ooh, ooh, let's like just pretend that I'm not even going to have a nose, have a look. So I go and have a look, and I can't for the life of me get the right angle to see who it is.
Mhm.
Like, fuck. So I run like a nosy person right down the pub, and I'm like to the boys, I'm like, he's talking to someone. He's talking to someone. So my mate goes, give me that fucking selfie stick. So he runs. We both run to the end of the pub. You know, like that. Just say, I'm going to use the phrase. You know how like homosexual would run. Come on, let's go. You know, hands out and
Yeah.
skipping. That's exactly how we were. We were like, you know, a girl that's just had her first kiss. We were running across this pub anyway. Window open, selfie stick out, and I looked at her and I went, no. And my mate goes to me, he said, what's the matter? Why? You gotta tell me. We were like two girls. I know that sounds really, really, condescending, but we were like, he was like, bitch, you know what it said, I tell you, bitch, because that's what we were like. He goes, you better tell me. And I'm like, dude, that girl's like 13.
Oh.
And he went, fuck off. She looks at least 18. I was like, she goes to school with my son.
Oh, shit.
No.
And so we're like sitting there on these couches in the bar, and he comes in, and he's got this look in his eye that he's just scored.
An underage child.
Ah!
Me and my mate Tom were like, Tom's like, dude, what are we gonna say? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, but what if he's already done something? And I'm like, what the fuck do we say to that? Yeah, but that would make him a nonce. And I'm not cool with that. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, let's not stir the pot and jump to conclusions. Dude, you said she was 13. I was like, well, she is. Maybe nearly 14. That still doesn't make it right. So he sits down in front of us on these other sofas. I'm sitting there and, you know, tapping away on my knees. My mate just goes, "You're a nonce." And he looks and he just looks around. He goes, "You what?" She's 13, dude. She's 13. And he said, what do you mean? And by now, the people behind us have already heard the nonce. The
Oh no!
No.
This is like, I'm already sitting there, and I'm completely innocent in it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the toilet. I gotta.
I'm out. I'm out,
I gotta
bitch.
go to the toilet. I gotta go to the toilet. So, I mean, this conversation's going on, and all of a sudden I walk out, and my mate goes, "That's my cousin."
Okay,
And
thank
my mate
God.
goes, "You're sleeping with your cousin? You're sleeping with your cousin? That's even worse."
No.
The whole pub. The whole pub.
Oh
Can hear all
no!
this.
Why?
My mate Tom, right? He's one of the loudest people
Oh.
I've ever met. And if he wants you to hear it, everyone's gonna hear it. So it got to the point where he's just like, "Your cousin? That's even sicker." No, he goes, "Dude," he said, "will you stop? No, it really is my cousin. She's asked me if I can get her into that. We got this bar that does these live bands,
Yeah.
and she's asked me if I can get her into to see this band tonight."
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, get her in.
Oh, I mean, he's still going at it. He's still going at it, and
Oh
he's
my-
like, "You're so full of shit. You're just on the defensive now because you've been caught out." And he wasn't lying.
Oh shit.
He wasn't lying at all.
Oh.
And honestly, it could have got him lynched.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Oh
Could have
my
got him lynched.
God.
Sweet home Alabama.
You
Or
know.
so you thought.
So you thought.
Wait, okay, so I have to know now. Just thinking, but like Sweet Home Alabama. So like Canadians and Americans. Well, anytime there's any sort of
Incestual
incest
talk.
shit, it's always Sweet Home Alabama. Does the UK have like their own version of Alabama where like one particular part of it is just like a little sketchy? Like, are they sleeping with their cousins? Like,
Or brothers,
I'm
sisters.
gonna say something right now, right? I live in an area, right? That there is in the city where I live, there are certain areas that we kind of go ding 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 ding. You know,
Yeah.
you're proper territorial about it because you're like you say you say to your friends and you're kind of like we're going to meet a girl today. My friend actually met a girl last week, through Tinder, and he said, "Yeah, she's really really nice." Oh, where's she from? And he said this place, Penakai, okay, and we started going, you know what I mean? Laughing, and he's like, "Don't man, she's cool, she's nice, she could be nice, but who's her daddy?" You know, who's her daddy? Does she know who daddy is? Is her daddy actually her uncle?
Oh god.
And there are areas, and I actually live in one of them areas.
Oh jeez.
We talk about the people having like 3 eyes and fucking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, the fucked up teeth and all that shit.
It's
But
so
yeah,
it's so funny too that whenever we hear about like incest commentary, like, oh, brothers and sisters fucking or cousins marrying each other, or I slept with my dad or whatever, we automatically go to Sweet Home Alabama. But at least I don't know how it was back before or where that saying even came from, but in like today's society with polygamy and the amount of men in Utah that are marrying their daughters,
oh, for fuck's sake.
why do we automatically associate with Alabama with incest when in reality it's kind of Utah?
That's true.
I've always wondered that.
That you have
It's
a
so
point.
wrong.
It's completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching they've become like a global sensation, the Whittaker family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was watching them the other day. I was contemplating starting a trend for these people to get their own Netflix show. I think it'd be fucking awesome. I used
Yes.
to watch the Osbournes back in the day.
Oh, I loved the
I mean,
Osbournes.
and I love watching these Whittakers because I'm sitting there watching them and I'm like, it really ain't their fucking fault, for fuck's sake.
Mm-mm.
You know?
I mean,
Regardless just how uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
and wrong it may be, you don't ask to be brought into this world by fucking family and
Mm-hmm.
you can hear me. He's like,
And
"Oh,
I'm
oh,
just like,
but
oh,
the
I
funny
can't
thing is
imagine.
the whole idea of it, and it
me daddy, call me
Yeah,
daddy. You
you
are
can't
my
even have the
daddy.
no,
You
like
are my daddy.
no! Ah! Ah! The whole idea of it,
Oh, fuck.
which ironically I think stems from World War II Germany, is they want to keep their bloodline pure.
Yeah,
And that was the whole imperialistic of what Hitler
it is.
wanted.
It's part of the Aryan.
Yeah, they want
It's part of the Aryan.
to keep their circle small. They want to keep their bloodline pure. And it's like it's not fucking pure. Like, you fucking have webbed toes, 3 eyes, fucking
The whole Whitaker family, they all look fucked up. Like, their faces and everything. Like, they just look.
You got that one that communicates. Like,
Yes. Oh yeah, no.
Oh, dear God.
I
I
haven't watched
watched
the
them on
show.
their first trip around Walmart.
Oh
And
no.
there's this woman in a car park, right? And
Oh,
she's minding her own business, fucking putting stuff in the back of the car. And the one with like the beard and the one that goes, ha, ha, he literally runs fucking towards her and he goes, ha, ha. She shits herself. She's like, oh my God.
oh my God.
You.
I've definitely seen them on social media, like YouTube Shorts is usually where I see it, so I'll see clips and stuff. So I'm definitely familiar with them, but I think I may have to go watch the show now just because
Yeah,
they are.
there are quite a few of them that have been filmed on YouTube now. I think
Yeah,
that there's listen, it's common sense and it's perfect. It's perfect business. We were talking about it yesterday. When the cold weather comes to Canada, everybody should buy a freezer because you never know when you can put your when you're going to need it. Shit,
yeah.
you can start your
Put
own
your
business,
beloveds in
you
it.
know, and call it Dharmas, as we said. You know what I mean?
Yes, just to have a bunch of freezers
If,
available
yeah,
for,
that's it. If you need,
Yeah.
if you've lost your pet and you need a freezer, phone Dharmas. You know, and this is kind of like exactly the same shit. You know, these people are like these fucking Whitakers are really weird. Let's make a fucking few bucks off it. You know what I mean? You know, fucking, these are really weird. You know,
uh,
I mean, you imagine being the guy that's fucking filming this documentary. You've probably seen some shit,
Oh yeah.
you know. I,
oh, I can imagine.
you know, he's probably seen some shit walked in on some shit happening, and it's got like on one of the videos. He's like, oh, he's peeing or pissing again. It doesn't leave the toilet. He just like kind of like walks down the road and just flogs it out and just starts pissing on the floor. And you're like, wow, dude.
Oh
Dude,
god.
Oh
hey,
no.
you're a product of your uncle, fucking his sister. But that doesn't give you the fucking God given right to just whip it out and just piss wherever you want, you
Yuck.
dirty bastard.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yuck. No, thank you.
No.
But
Oh,
I can sit there and watch him because they're fucking funny.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah. I love
You know?
like shit reality TV, and
Yeah.
I love watching the Alaskan Bush people. There's them as well, and love to
Yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah,
all their
yeah.
all their bullshit and like these special ass families that just look crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
yep,
I love
I
all
love
that
it.
stuff we do. I like all that. You know, I would willingly go to that. I watched one the other week. Hang on, I'll try and find it now on Netflix. And it was a competition in Alaska, um, the Alaskan wilderness, and it'd be like you had to be paired up in like a team to win like $1 million split amongst all like the contestants. The only
Yeah,
way you can finish the program, the show, what is to be part of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's fucking awesome. And I was sat there watching it, and I was like, wow, I would be in my element in that type of fucking, you know what I mean, environment. I'm trying to find it now because it was awesome. Um, I just like shit like that. That is my kind of. I just love to live in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
You
that's
Yeah.
know.
like the dream.
Yeah.
I could
Oh,
totally live off the land.
There's a guy on TikTok who I've been following who the only electronic he has is his phone and to do TikTok and a couple other things. But he built his own house randomly in like a random piece of land that was he ended up, he got in trouble, but he ended up purchasing it, but he's completely off grid and like to an extent. You can't say he's completely off grid because he is on TikTok. He does have a cell phone, but it's funny because his girlfriend is his was originally his moderator for his lives. That's how he met this woman, and he lives somewhere in West Virginia, and she lives in He lives in West Virginia. She lived in like Wyoming or some state like that or something, completely across the country. But like, you know, it's yeah, I wouldn't live completely off the grid, but I do want to live in the country.
I would totally live off grid, just not even have my phone.
Yeah.
This
Just avoid
program is
all people.
it's called Outlast. That is the exact name of it. 16 players must form teams to survive their first night on rugged Alaskan terrain. But frigid temperatures and scarce resources won't make it easy. It's fucking awesome. It is so good.
Yeah.
How people are getting like hypothermia in it, and they're
Oh, shit.
building shelters, and then people are using like shitty tactics
Yeah.
and burning their camps and pinching their resources to get ahead. It's fucking dead good.
Interesting.
Yeah, really, really good series.
That sounds like something I'd be into.
Yeah, I mean, I like reality TV. I used to be pretty much obsessed.
Oh yeah.
With
Oh.
Big Brother. So all I wanted to do was go on Big Brother.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I never got into Big Brother. I did like Survivor for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest ones were like Finding Love. There was Tila Tequila, A Shot of Love with Tila Tequila. There was Rock of Love with Bret Michaels. There was the little dude that had the clock around his neck.
Oh, Flava Flav!
Flava Flav! Yes. Oh my god. I loved those shows, and yeah. Which is kind of ironic because I loved those shows, but I hate The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
I was gonna say, how are you on that? I hated it.
I hate it. I can't.
I couldn't do it.
Nope.
Couldn't do it. I would be jealous and angry and just been like, nah, I'm gonna fight a bitch.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at all the seasons that happened, I don't think a single one actually stayed together.
I don't understand, right? What I don't understand, and I struggle to really, really, I'm going to use that term again, understand.
Mm-hmm.
Key word here, inverted commas, understand. Where women and men go on these shows to find love. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the men are chosen by just how good their tan is, how defined their abs are, right?
Yep.
The women, exactly the same. They're defined by just how pretty and just stand out gorgeous she is.
Yep.
Okay? But then you get someone like me, right? That is so sociopathic and so judgmental. And I see people watching it.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I try and get as much, I try and get noticed. And I'm like, look at me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's the matter with you?
Yes.
Are you okay? Yeah. And it's.
Do you need help?
I don't know if that's something we just grew up with our generation, that it was all that love quotation marks, whatever the fuck that is solely based on how you look, not your personality, not the qualities that you bring out in a person, not what you can or cannot do. It's all about how you look.
I just don't get it. I don't get why reality TV has to be obsessed with putting on a fucking show. And they're ranking fucking the men and the women, and anyone lower than an 8.5 ain't coming on this show, dude.
Nope.
Did you see the size on the zit on his back? He ain't coming on this show. You know,
If you can't fit into a size 0 dress, you're not getting on the show.
And they've already shot the 24 hours of Tuesday, and then they kind of like look and they're like, oh, did you see the state on her makeup? You better edit her out of this whole fucking show for today. You know, and they're obsessed with just how you can't get normal people from society.
No.
Quality TV.
No.
Because they assume that it won't sell.
Right.
You know?
And then you gotta...
there's that after process that when the show is finished, you have to be they want you to go and do media fucking interviews, and
you still have to maintain that image.
And yeah, exactly. You're still selling the show after. You know, they ain't gonna take someone like me that's a fucking sociopath and stick me on morning TV. You know, so I wish your entire experience on this on the show. Bollocks, really.
So,
you know,
thinking of these like TV shows, and there's one in the UK. I don't even know what it's called, but I've seen clips of it where like you don't even see the person's face. You get to see like different body parts. Like you can fully see their wieners on this thing, and you get to like pick and choose which one you want based on these body parts. Like they fully show, and like women do it too. So like they'll see like boobs, and yeah, they show full on body parts. What is that one called? Because it made me.
Oh, what's it called?
I'm trying to. Naked Attraction? Is that one it?
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Naked and Afraid, Naked Attraction. Those
a lot of naked.
Yeah.
But did you know that on Naked and Afraid they're not actually naked?
Really? That's disappointing.
They are to an extent, but they basically have skin covered pasties on their nipples, and then there's like it's like a thong type deal that gets placed on the front and then gets tucked in your ass.
Nice.
Yeah, I learned that from a woman on TikTok who deals with like naked sex scenes and
false advertising.
Yeah,
then why call it Naked and Afraid if you're not actually naked?
Right, because I mean you are, but you cover the not appropriate parts,
the naughty bits.
I suppose it's just like trying to get someone to fucking watch a porno, innit? And there's no sex in it.
Yeah. It's fake porn.
No, there's absolutely nothing going on in this. This is completely universal.
It's fake porn.
I will say though, some porn I'll put it on to make me laugh.
Yeah.
Years ago, I was still very young at this point, but I had like a 14-year-old with me, and I think I was 16. So we put on Debbie Does Dallas and Debbie Does Dallas Again. And we sat there drinking mojitos and eating popcorn. And we were just laughing at it because it's just so cheesy. I can't deal with like, oh, I'm stuck in the dryer or the washer. Stepbrother, come help me out. Or like,
stepbrother,
why are you watching? And she's still like going to town, you know, wicka what?
Oh, stepbrother, you're not supposed to do that.
We're stepdaddy. You know, it's like the cheesy, like bad acting. I can't deal with it, so it's more comical than anything. But it was his like first experience, and it's still so funny that we just sat there laughing, drinking mojitos, and
one of my not my first experience with porn, but my first experience with a porn store was I went with
I'm sorry, because I'm just going to listen to yours. From my first experience is completely wrong. But you go first.
Yeah. So me and a friend of mine went to a well, they call them arcades around here. Porn shops, kind of, in a way. But we went to the arcade, and we switched over $1 for some coins, because they have the arcade that you can go in the back and put your quarter in and watch all the porn you want, and wank off and do all that good stuff. But it was so
No way, what?
Oh yeah, it's nasty, but you're like in your own little. It's just you by yourself.
Do you not have a bedroom?
Well, it's 25 cents. Some people don't have internet. So
okay.
we're talking about like 2009, 2010. And so we're putting in the quarters, and all the videos on this arcade were from the late 70s, early 80s. We're talking full on bush gay
Oh, hell yeah.
porn. Like, there was the gay porn, there was no lesbian porn, it was just gay, hardcore, and like super vanilla, and it was just like all 70s, 80s bush hairiness. And I'm like, and people come here to pay for this, to fucking wank off? No, this is disgusting. This is really bad porn to top it off. I'm not
Exactly.
even
That's
getting,
when you get out the mojitos and popcorn.
I'm not even turned on at this point.
I mean, have you ever seen German porn?
No.
But I can
No,
imagine.
I'm telling you, man, it don't get no more masculine than German porn.
Just fucking scream.
Yeah, you got like the, I mean, I can speak a little German,
Mm-hmm.
but you've always got the man, and he's taking advantage, and he's in control, and all you can hear is yeah, and he's just fucking going for it. I mean, he's breaking down walls and everything.
Oh my
You
god.
know,
I've
and
seen
you got a few noises from the woman, and she's screaming away, and you occasionally you'll get a ooey, ooey. Oh no! and you're sitting there, right? You're sitting there watching it, and you're like, and it's kind of like bordering on you're like, it's an uncomfortable kind of uncomfortableness. You're watching, and you're like, oh,
am I
but
turned on? I don't think so.
first experience I ever had, right? I think I might have been about, I would say about 13, 14, it had to be. And I remember me and my mate, there was actually a few of us from school.
Mm-hmm.
And his mum and dad had gone away on holiday, and his sister was supposed to be looking after him. Well, his sister had basically gone to her boyfriend's, so we were like home alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, he comes in the house, he goes, look what I got. And I'm just like, what is it? It's a VHS. I got it from Simon. And we're all like, well, what is it? We're going to watch it.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell, I'm like, now I'm like, it's just horrifying what it was.
Oh, God.
We sat there, and they must have, I'm trying to think now. There was me,
Oh.
Mick Coxey, Dave, Adam, Mark. There's about 6 of us. and we're all sat in his living room, and it's kind of like the anticipation of what it is. We don't even know what the fuck we're about to watch, but I shit you not, right? It changed our lives.
Oh God.
Right? It changed our lives. And it starts, and there's like women and men, and we're watching it, and we're like, there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. Fast forward it.
Get to the good stuff.
Get to the good.
It's like the Titanic fucking sinking. I don't want to see dinner tables and people singing and dancing. I want to see death.
Get to the main event.
I want to see the sex in the car.
This is show me the handprints. And we're watching it, and me and Adam are sat, right? Because he's only got like a 3-seater sofa. We're sat on the back of the sofa, and everyone else is sat in front of us. And there's just this bit, and it just stands out. And you've got this woman, and she's on all fours. And then all of a sudden, this thing just drops. And I just remember me mate, Coxie, go, what's that? And me mate Bar, he goes, is that a horse? And we're still watching. She takes her hands, and you know where this is going. And when I say this changed our lives, it changed our lives. Even now, if someone put that in front of me and it was called Animal Farm, right?
Yeah.
I just couldn't. It's game changing. You will never. There's been situations that and I've schooled horses, and even when a horse, is as harmless as they may be, the schlong just comes out, and I just turn around and I walk away, and I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
And it just gets worse. It's horrific.
Yeah.
But you can guarantee. You don't hear no one talk about it now. And whoever's watching this stream or will watch this stream, well, I guarantee you will walk away and you will type in Google Animal Farm, right?
Ashley's tempted. Look at her.
You're not gonna see. You're not gonna see old Mac fucking Donald. If you get the right one or the wrong one, definitely the one.
That just reminds me of in the movie Clerks 2, where the guy fucks the donkey.
Yeah. And I've seen some weird shit.
Yeah.
But that is the weirdest shit I think I've ever seen. Bestiality to another level. It's so wrong.
Now I'm just, because my mind is curious, I want to know if a woman has ever gotten pregnant from a horse.
No, they all just die because it's so aggressive.
Did you ever? There was back in the 90s, right? there was a video going around on mobile phones, right, on the 90s.
Yep.
It was a woman taking it from a horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was rumors that she died
Yeah.
Yeah.
after it. Like fucking impaled her, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, those things are like fucking like 24
Huge.
inches long.
The fucking leg length.
Now
Yeah.
I'm googling how big a horse's penis is.
I mean, fuck, it's just the fucking second wide as that.
Yeah. That's the thing.
No.
People actually do die. I guess that's why West Virginia has the law that it, 40 pounds and under.
Oh my god.
Gross. I won't get over that. Like, no house pets are safe.
Holy.
I would go as far as saying you've got to be talking 20 plus inches.
Yeah. How big is it?
The average
Fucking big.
horse is 20 inches. The average.
Yeah.
But they can get anywhere up to 40
30
inches
to
long.
40, yeah. We had a horse, right?
Yeah.
We had a horse in our stables, and it was pure gelding. Now you know what geldings are, don't you?
Yeah.
And it was a pure breed Hanoverian gelding. Fucking this horse was owned by a wealthy person that we never knew who it actually was, but all we knew was they were famous. Now, this stables that I used to basically work at, and I seen plenty of celebrities there. People from Elton John to, and this fucking horse, man, I shit you not. When I say the length of my leg, it was the length of my leg.
I wouldn't know. Oh.
I mean,
no.
because you can stand next to it, right? And it's like it's got a fucking pocket. You can't see it.
Right.
It's like, well, where's it gone? Where you fuck your hand in it? And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like horse transform. And it's kind of like, the horse goes into kind of like, yeah, look at me, yeah, look at what I got.
I always want. That makes sense when like, they make the joke of like, men walking into the room like they have a horse cock.
Or hung like a horse.
Yeah, hung like a horse, when in reality they're 3 inches.
That's not horse.
I'm quite happy to be 3 inches, because there is no way in a million years would I like to carry that around with me.
Oh no, it's a third fucking leg that you have to walk around with.
Let's go back to that TikTok where she was like, she's holding up the tape measure with the 12 inches. She's like, what the fuck? She was like, most women can fit like 3 inches. Like,
4 is
this is wonderful.
5 is great. 6 is wonderful. 7 is fantastic.
Almost too much.
Yeah, almost too much. 8 is too much. 9 is sick day. 10 is ER visit. 11 something else, whatever. And 12 is I am just skipping my next life.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand some of these ones though. I mean, you see these big black guys, and they're like fucking, and you got this sweet, innocent fucking,
tiny little female
that's like 4'10".
They're like talking like she's a teenager, 16 and going. You know what I mean? I'm just like, there's no way she's 16. And they're like, run for your life, fucking Lex the Impaler. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's the they have this image of their head that, when you put their penis in the vagina that it's going to come out their mouth. It doesn't work that way.
That poor girl is there on her knees, and he's kind of like, yeah, deep throat, and you're like, no, be gentle.
You're in my esophagus, sir.
Oh. Like, I don't have a gag reflex, but I feel like a big, massive, like, something in my arm, like, I'd be like, like, I feel like that would just, like, I'd throw up for sure.
I mean, I have choked a couple of times. I haven't vomited, but like, you know, I keep it down, like, but I have a decent gag reflex, but like, if you're just like pounding my throat,
I will say that I think it's more of like a mind game.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to that, because sometimes I just have to turn my brain off and not really think about anything while my face is getting pounded.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Because
And you just ease, you ease the jaw. You don't even
I'm just like,
suck on it. You don't even suck on it at that point. You just, your mouth is wide open and you're just letting him go to town.
That's it. All you gotta do is look him in the eye.
Yep.
And then
That's
I'm
true.
just gonna look him in the eye, and then all of a sudden he'll just let out this.
Yeah.
Also, why does every guy make the same noise when they're
'Cause they're all-
coming?
with the kind of like shiver.
Yes!
Every single man.
Every fucking man in the world does that.
There's the twitch,
Yeah.
followed by the your toes kind of curl, and then you pray to God you don't get cramp, because I mean your body just goes into spasm, and you're like, you know, and you're kind of like pulsing. You're like, come on, there's a bit more there. There's a bit more.
Yeah. Last little.
Wait! It's still twitching.
Oh
my God! And she goes to pull away, and you're like, no, wait!
I have definitely been like the type of person that will start thinking it's fun to start exercising Kegels at that point. So, and then it's just like clamp, and then he's like, oh, and he's like trying to shake to get away from me because he's like, no.
That's it. It just becomes the ultimate insensitive, and you just kind of like, your tongue comes out, and you're kind of like, and he's like, no, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Oh
like
my God!
Around with nettles. Leave it alone.
Oh fuck!
Well, your whole anatomy just shrivels up, and he's like, he goes inside himself, folds away, so neat and stinky.
Seriously, okay, Ashley. I mean, Butcher has a penis, but like, Ashley, have you ever just stared at it because like balls move? Like, oh, I've so been like, dead on staring and like just watching it like shrink up, and like the balls will just like, I'll watch them, or like if I had it in my hand, I could feel them just like shrinking right up, going right up in there. Oh, fuck yeah.
I will not. I will not look at it afterwards, and I don't know if that. I think
afterwards, I'm like, let me look at it all the time.
Oh no, and I think that stems from just certain things that happened with an ex of mine, and so like after I have sex with the person, I cannot look at you until you
roll over and like, don't touch me.
Yep. No, you can touch me, but I can't look at it. Sorry.
Get it out of my face.
unless it's hard again and you're slapping me in my forehead.
Right? Whack, 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 whack.
Also, why does every guy doesn't do that? Whack, 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 whack. Wake
Like,
up!
and it could be randomly too. I have definitely been like,
Yes.
all of a sudden, I'm turned back on. They're like, "Hey," and look over, and quack, 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 quack. I'm like,
Is it just like, hello, here's your wake up call. Hello, darling.
Nothing makes a man happier than just making that noise.
yeah, you can. Every person listening knows what that sound.
Oh yeah, they're just like, oh, like anyone that has a spouse, they're like, oh, I gotta go do it now.
Must
just
whack, whack, whack.
Or they're just putting it on their hand.
That's it. That's the one. That's
Yeah.
the noise. That's the noise. Yeah, you want me. You want me. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh God.
And it's so funny because yeah, I know for guys they're always like, oh, women are so complicated and blah blah blah, but we have you down to a fucking T. You're all the same.
All the same. When we say like all men are the same, no, literally, you guys
They
are all
are the same.
You guys all act in like different parts of the countries. I'm in Canada, she's in the US, you're in the UK, and we all know it.
All the
I
same.
don't know, like if the men watching this, they're all like, shut the fuck up, Butchie. You're giving us all a bad name.
They're
Yeah,
just like,
gonna
these
revoke
fucking-
your mail card.
These fucking bitches are talking shit about.
It ain't shit. It ain't
Oh,
shit.
It's the
Which-
truth. Hashtag facts.
What's so funny is Vanessa knows this person, which I will elaborate after the show, but there was a man who would periodically tune into our podcast here
Oh yeah.
and told us that we talk about sex too much.
No.
I'm like, what?
We talk about what we like, okay? Oh no, when he
Yeah.
called us perverts.
Yeah, he called us perverts.
I can listen, right? This is the girliest I've been in ages.
Oh, shit.
I can
Oh.
sit there and talk that shit for hours too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And it's like, what dude, even at 50, 60 year, well, not 50, 60. I mean, at that time, you know, but you still talk about sex in some capacity.
Fucking
Even-
hell, you do.
Even if you're just joking about it. Yeah, it's not as much as like how we're conversating, but you still talk about it. But to blatantly come out and just be like,
Fuck.
oh, you talk about sex
I'm-
too much. You're perverted.
I'm gonna have you two as my friends for life. We're gonna still be doing this shit, man. When I'm like 62.
We'll be
Oh,
in
yeah.
it.
Yes.
We'll all be in the nursing home and calling each other,
No.
yo, fucker, how's your dick?
You're gonna beat my meat.
You can still get it up? See, Alice?
Can you see it? Does it still say hello?
God damn. Okay, it makes me think of that song, whoever the fuck sang, I don't remember, but Dear Penis.
You sat there tapping it on the Bible.
Yeah, the Bible.
Oh my god.
It's the only book in your room when it's in your top drawer.
Yes. Fuck's sake.
That's the one. That's the one.
To the listeners, no one is beating off.
No, it's just
Ashley.
it's my hand and a notebook. I am not beating it off live. If you want to see that, go over to Vanessa's OnlyFans and Unfiltrd. You can subscribe for $9.99.
You know what? Between saying that we're cum dumpsters, that is also what we say in every episode.
Subscribe for $9.99.
No.
Oh,
Oh my god, totally missed some cum dumpsters today.
Right? But
Oh.
man, I'm not gonna lie, I've been writing so many like timestamps down from this episode. I think everything is sex related. I've got the first one. The first one, I don't even remember what you said, but I have here at 6:50, stiff butch.
Oh, because we were talking about necrophilia.
Yeah, the next one is 7:50, necro. And limp, and at 10 minutes, limp dick. And at 11 minutes and 30 seconds, cock block. And sleeping with my cousin.
So many dumb ways to die.
And then we get to something like then we get to the bit with the horse's penis.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I've got who's their daddy, porn, German porn, male orgasm, and the girliest I've been in ages. And cousin fucker in UK question mark.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I've been having fun. I have so many things. This is the most I've written down because it's been making me laugh.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we should probably end today's episode. So don't forget to follow us on all the social medias at 30 Flirty Podcast. You can find all of our stuff at 30flirtypodcast.podbean.com. And yeah, and the Antisocial Network. You can find us all there because we're all a part of it.
We're all
fun little
for
family.
The antisocial. Love you, Rob.
I don't think they'll ever be able to look at me in the same light ever.
Or should we start calling Rob Daddy?
Daddy.
I think he would really enjoy that.
You are my daddy.
At 40 minutes, we said, "Who's her daddy?"
Rob is our daddy.
And if you haven't noticed, that's what I'm writing down next. All right. Thank you for listening. And we will see you all next week. Hopefully I don't leave studio again.
Bye.